Oh, I hope you're all doing well. I'm so excited to chat with you all, and I hope you have poured yourself a really nice cup of tea because, you know, that just makes it so cozy when we're learning. I really believe in the mind, the body completely are connected, and we often separate the two and we're like, no, I gotta learn these facts, and it's like I gotta do this for my postpartum journey, but your heart really needs to be supported and loved and nurtured through the whole journey so that you can be more softer, and that is actually the perfect environment for learning. So anyways, make yourself some tea, get a snack. I know I just had a delicious snack, but anyways, in this video we're going to chat about belly binding. I have a Bengkung belly binding video from last year. Actually, you can go back and I will link it down below because that video was really popular and so many people loved it so much, and I really appreciated that because that's why I make these videos, so that I can help people benefit and learn more about postpartum. Whether you can work with me or not in the local area in San Diego, I'm just happy to support you any way possible. And also my blog, if you haven't seen it, I have so many guides that are easy to download, and you can just add everything to cart if there are things that you need to purchase. I really sort it out and make a really, really nice guide. We are going to redo our belly binding video because I need to do an update because I want to show you some specific techniques and also chat with you about the pros and cons. So I am going to show you a little bit more. Feel free to check out that video as well. You can compare, contrast, and see if there are any updates for you if you're on your second postpartum by now, or if you're still learning as a doula. This is the video for you. I'm really excited to share more about Bengkung belly binding. I've done it for so long, many years. I can't even count at this point. I've been a doula for 13 years, so somewhere in that mix, I found that the Velcro belly binders were not benefiting my mama clients. They were either not fitting properly because typically they're one size fits all, or if there is various sizes, the length of them is it's only tailored to a certain length of torso, and I have a tall, long torso, and so I found a lot of mama clients I work with that do have longer torsos, they weren't fitting properly. They were putting pressure on their incision, putting pressure on their pelvic floor, and they were having more pelvic floor issues. I had one mama specifically was wearing one plus on a Pilates or yoga ball, bouncing her baby all night long, and she had pelvic floor prolapse from that. It wasn't something I knew about while I was working with her, but later on I found out that's what she was doing at night. So I really did my research to find a method that's so gentle and meaningful and not only helps the body but also supports the mind, and we'll chat about all those pros and cons. But I have really found, if there are any cons, I have really found that mamas benefit so much from Bengkung belly binding and belly binding in general, but this method is just so beautiful, and you'll see it's getting pretty trendy out there, and I would love to say that I was one of the first to share that in this little wellness space in California. But I mean, there's so many women before me that have created this village and have really nurtured and taught me these techniques. So I'm one in so many, but I'm so excited to continue sharing that. And if this video really excites you, I hope this is the to-do video for you. Anyways, let's dive into all the benefits, and I'm going to share with you my belly binders that I'm currently using. I actually sell my own, so I'll put the link down below. My Etsy shop, all made with cotton, high quality cotton, never treated. And what I really love is that we sew them and create them for your specific body size, and they're just so lovely. So anyways, let's jump right into it. What I really love about Bengkung belly binding is the first thing I just alluded to a little bit, is that the binder can fit and really tailor to your body. And what I really love is that because it's cotton, you can really just move the material to fit you properly. So we're not putting pressure down the pelvic floor, we're really lifting the belly and creating that lift and pull in versus putting pressure downward. And when I do it, you'll see what I mean. I'm going to talk you through why that's so beneficial, because the biggest thing is that if we're putting pressure down the pelvic floor, we're creating a lot of tension. There's just so much involved in that space. Fascia, just trauma is held in our body, so that needs to be supported. And so when we're putting pressure on something, that's not what we want. We want really to just hold something and really create some distance and space, but also just hold it is really a powerful thing versus putting pressure. And so with the binding, it's very gentle because it's cotton, that there is you can move, and that there is, breathability, and the body can breathe naturally through cotton versus something that's plastic and putting a lot of pressure. Your body just knows the difference, especially since you went through the most beautiful miracle life of having a baby. Your body is just so in tune with the earth, and that's the time to really nurture it in this way by using cotton and breathable materials. But anyways, back to the point of it fitting your body properly, we want to make sure that the material fully covers your lower belly. So we want to support your hip bones upward underneath your breastbone. We don't want to put any pressure like a ketchup bottle right in the midsection and putting pressure down on your pelvic floor, onto your lower belly, and putting pressure upward. We want to make sure that we're binding the whole body, the whole trunk of the body. So I'll show you what that looks like as well. The second benefit that I really love about belly binding is that you use cotton. So cotton is going to be really breathable. Not always do belly binders or doulas use cotton material, but if you are looking for more of a natural approach, and ideally you're looking for the full experience of having a belly binder do its beautiful thing, I would look for cotton. That's why my belly binders are made with cotton, and we just really focus on good materials so that your body can breathe properly and it just feels so good. And when we use plastics on the body, when it's a very heated space, you're in a cold state postpartum, technically, right? So our body is in a cold state because our blood is a little bit lower since we gave birth, we lost blood. Our circulation might be a little bit lower because we're laying down, we're not exercising or moving our body. Technically, you're in a cold state, your hormones are changing, and your limbs can be very cold. So our hands, our feet, our bellies can be cold. But when we put something synthetic against the body, what it does is it keeps in the heat, but it doesn't allow the heat to escape properly. So then we become sweaty cold, where you probably have felt that way before, where you're wearing something polyester and you start sweating because it's plastic, but you're really just cold, and then you become cold and sweaty. Versus wearing wool, if you let something breathe properly, your body could breathe, or you wear it properly and your body could breathe. Or cotton, like what I'm wearing right now is cotton, even though it's 80 degrees outside, the air is moving. I'm freely moving, versus wearing something that's plastic and it really just holds everything in, and then I start sweating and then I'm getting cold from sweating, if that makes sense. So cotton is going to be your best friend. That other benefit of having a belly binder, and let me show you the belly binder that is mine, and I love working with it. I mentioned a little bit about it, but it can support your belly and your lower back, your upper back. What I really love is it's a stabilizer, because after birth we still have relactin in our system, and relactin is a hormone that basically makes the body very supple and easy to push your baby out if you're having a vaginal birth. But what happens is it's still in your body for those first 9 months after birth. Most times 6 weeks is the most heaviest it's in your system, but every body's so different. And what relactin does is it makes you loose and you're more susceptible to injury. That's open to debate because every person's body is different. And every mom I've worked with has a different experience, but I will share that you are a little bit looser and your hips can feel looser and everything can feel very jello-like with your belly, because before you had your little baby there and now you have all this extra skin and your body's just kind of moving like, what do we do here? This can be a really great support system, and most cultures to some degree have a beautiful support system in the middle of the belly. And I will say, it's not a waist trainer, it's not a corset. We're not looking for the body to be manipulated in any way, and I alluded to that quite a bit on my last video about Bengkung belly binding. It's more like a way to lift the body and hold it and give it a nice hug, versus something that we're forcing it into a position. We're not changing the size, we're not making it tighter this area and this area not. It's very breathable and it moves quite a bit once it's on you, which is okay. We don't want it to be super tight for super long. We want it snug and comfy is the goal. Anyways, so what I really love is it gives you that support system so that your hips get the support, your belly gets the support, your hip bones and your tailbone gets the support. It's so important for recovery. And some almost say it helps with recti diastasis, which is the separation of the abs. It gives a little bit more support as the body naturally pulls in and I always say like re-stitches or realigns. But going into the cons a little bit is that we do not want to assume that a belly binder is going to be a cure-all or the perfect supplement to not having a pelvic floor therapist. I'm huge on pelvic floor therapy around 6 weeks. I think it's super important for mamas, whether they have given birth vaginally or have had a belly birth. I really encourage you to still use a belly binder up until 6 weeks and then go get some support. And not all pelvic floor therapy is alike. So just be mindful if you're like, oh, my pelvic floor therapist is not helping me, they're making it worse. Honestly, they could be making it work. I've had my own experience through physical therapy. I will say not one therapist is for all. And some are really outdated and some are very, very textbook and some are more holistic and they know what the body's doing. They understand fascia and all of the beautiful layers to recovery. So definitely look for a therapist that is best for you. And you can feel free to email me if you want more information about better holistic therapists out there that maybe I can give you some great recommendations. But anyways, going back to the belly binding chat, it can be really helpful for when you get into the pelvic floor therapy world, but it's not going to be something that you use as a crutch long term. So you're not going to be belly binding for 9 months postpartum and feel like, oh, this is helping me. That's where the con can come in, because you could be belly binding inappropriately, so you're not doing it right. The location where you're belly binding is not appropriate. The tightness is not appropriate. And you might be also belly binding for way too long and you need a little bit more help. So I'm going to put that out there as the cons, but truly there's not too many cons. As always, this is not medical advice, so definitely check in with your dream team, your midwife, your doctor, your lovely, beautiful birth team before you do anything you've heard on YouTube. But I hope this gives you food for thought and things for you to start researching and learning more in the realm of holistic recovery for postpartum, because I truly believe in it so, so much. I needed to grab my tea, but I did want to share that we're going to now do belly binding. So I'm going to show you how to do it. I will say this is the Bengkung belly binding method, so it's a Malaysian method. There's so many methods out there. You can see which one works best for you. I cannot go into every single method out there, so the list is very long, but if you want to do something more in this realm, I would highly encourage it, just because you use a lot of material, but you can cover the body really well. I have a Bengkung belly binder that's with me, and it's about size. This one I think is in the realm of 12 to 24 for US like sizing. So this was a little bit more material, but the other one that I'm going to be using, which is like a greenish blue one, it's one of the first belly binders I purchased before I started creating my own. That one I'm going to use because that is the size that I am. It's about in a 0 to 12. But on my shop, if you want one made for you, I make sizes from 0 to 12, from 12 to 24. So we really try to tailor and fit every size possible, and if there is a size that you prefer that doesn't fall in that range, feel free to message me, and I have extended sizes on there as an option, and if you click that, we can create one that is perfect for your body. So anyways, we're going to dive into it. I hope you had a sip of your tea, you're hydrated, and get something on that's very comfy. I'm going to be probably belly binding on top of this. I might take this off, we'll see. I'm not a postpartum mom, so please feel free to, please just disregard what my body looks like, because this isn't reality for a postpartum mama. Most times your body is going to fit differently in a belly binder. So I will say that part so that I don't even get a comment. I don't need to hear it because I'm not a postpartum mama. But if I was, I would be so happy with my body and I would be so happy to belly bind it. So anyways, let's get into it. I'm so excited, and here's to belly binding. That is 17 yards, so this one fits me perfect. So see what fits best for you. I just really love when it really just is a snug, cozy hold. And let me show you what that looks like. So first we're gonna take the material and we're gonna take it up to our head, and we're gonna take it all the way down to our hip bone. So you're gonna take one piece of the material and really just smooth it out. Mine has been washed, so it's kind of a little bit tricky, but we're gonna take it to the hip bone, and I'm gonna measure from the top of my head to my hip bone and grab it right underneath my hip bone, and I'll have this little length of this piece, and I have my hand where my hip bone, or below my hip bone was. So I'm gonna take that piece, now that's measured and where it was bended, where I measured it, I'm gonna stick this into my shirt strap. It works really well, so if you wanna do a sports bra, that's really great too. And then we're gonna essentially swirl it down the body all the way down until we get below the hip bones, and that's gonna give us a nice foundational piece before we start the actual belly bind. So let's start it. And I'm just gonna swirl and keep swirling all around the belly until I get down to the hip bones and a little bit below the hip bones. Make sure it's nice and flat and nice and snug. Bring myself a little closer to you so you can see it's nice and snug. My hip bone is here. I'm still able to use the restroom, so I can shimmy my pants down and shimmy them back up. So now we take the piece that is over my shoulder and we have them meet, and we're gonna do a nice tie where the two of them can come together and do a really great knot down here. But make sure that this piece that's gonna stay up here, shimmy it down, okay? Shimmy it down, because they can do that. You can make the material work for you. So I have a nice hold. I'm gonna throw this little piece that we had measured earlier over my shoulder, and now we're gonna take the two pieces and bring them together, and basically just now go around and around and keep everything nice and flat. I'm making sure that I'm going to be overlapping soon, but I'm gonna start with the first layer down here and overlap by maybe a half of an inch as we go up. So I'm not gonna just jump up. It has to be even and done properly. And if it hasn't went over my hips earlier, I'm gonna make sure that I go over the hips again. I'm laughing because my dog is snoring in the background, so I apologize if you're snoring. And I wanna make sure that all my knots are aligned with my belly button. So we're just gonna make sure that the first knot makes sense for you all, and then we're gonna continue to do that over and over again till the belly binder is done. So let's do that here. We're gonna take that piece that's over your shoulder and take the big piece that's gone around over on top of that piece here, and then drop this little piece over it like a clock, take it underneath and put it over your shoulder, and then we continue. Makes sense, right? We're gonna do it over and over again. So that's my go-to for making a really great hold, is that we do the same thing over and over again and we don't feel like we're hopping around. Okay, we're back to the front. We're going to drop this little piece over. Sorry if my camera's a little crooked. We're in it now, so we're just gonna leave it as is. And then we're gonna go around again, inching up, making sure the whole body's covered. Starting to regret the sweater option. It's very toasty. Drop the little piece over. It almost looks like buttons or something in a nice like dress or something. It's really pretty. You're gonna become a mermaid, so that's official. And then the material sometimes can get floppy as we go up because different parts of our body are different sizes. So just make the material work for you. And what I do is I go towards the back and just pull that piece that's acting a little crazy and make it go around and be nice and flat. So you can make the material do what you want to do, and that's why I love Bengkung belly binding versus Velcro binding. Okay, we're gonna do it again, and when I get here, I usually pull it, cinch it, and then I take it around. So I don't just do this, because if you're sloppy and lazy or whatever, blah, 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 what happens is, and I'll show you what that looks like, if I do that, the knots are gonna be floppy, there's no lower back support, it didn't do anything, okay? So I know that's common sense, but I do share that because sometimes I do have clients that will pop it on and be like, why isn't it working? And we're like, because of this small cinch. You might be doing everything right, it's nice and snug like they do, but then you get to this point and you forget to cinch, okay? Over your shoulder, around, and then sometimes I'll look on the ground and see how much more material I have to play with. That's important because it'll give me an idea of how much more I have to go, and if you have a crying baby, you know you're almost done, but also you know if you have too much material maybe something's going on, or if you don't have enough, maybe you didn't do enough. So we're almost there. Yeah, I see my material. I think we're good. And then I get to the front, do a little twist, tucky tucky. The bra strap is a pro move, so if you just do it with your bra on, super good because it holds it in place. And then we go around up underneath the breast, so that's important. I'm really just going by what the camera looks like, so I hope it looks good. It feels right, so that's good as long as it feels right. Doesn't matter really what it looks like. Okay, so we get to the front, we do a few more, and then you're done. I'm a millennial and I just filmed TikTok, no lie, about belly binding. So I hope you head over to TikTok and you laugh with me about belly binding, because I feel like it is so hard to get people's attention about postpartum recovery. It's so important, but I hope you are just loving all of the things I've posted about recovery, and you just keep indulging on all of that content so that you can prepare for the most beautiful postpartum plan for you. Anyway, about belly binding, I love to share with families how long you can wear it. So technically, it's really as long as it feels good. Most families only want to wear it about 5 to 8 hours. After that, it can get really loose and uncomfy, and some families share that it just doesn't feel like the benefits are there anymore. It will get pretty loose. It's like a good pair of jeans. Eventually, it will just kind of get a little, you know, saggy, baggy, but that's the whole point, is that it is very breathable and the material will move with you, and so that you're not having such a tight hold that you're not aware of your body's needs. You will want to lay down versus sitting. It's just going to be something that feels more comfortable, and technically we want to have you be laying down and getting off your sitting bones for your recovery, because sitting bones, they do need to recover. They've had a lot of pressure, and there's a lot of different muscles and fashion, just a lot of things around there, so that it needs to heal properly. So give yourself a little bit of time off your sitting bones and use your belly binder to be a good reminder to lay down and snuggle your baby, do some sideline feeding. There's so many beautiful things you can do with that. But if you are wondering if this is appropriate for cesarean births or belly births, you need to talk to your doctor. So I cannot tell you what's best for you. Some of my clients do fabulous, some of my clients don't like it at all, or their doctor says it's not right for them. It really just depends on the incision you have, the stitches you have, if you pushed, how your body is doing, and what your recovery looks like, and your doctor in general. A lot of doctors have this thought versus this thought. So anyways, do what's best for you, but talk to your doctor and see if this is appropriate if you have had a belly birth. But anyways, belly binding can be such a powerful tool. I hope you try it. I hope you check it out. There's so many tools that I have, again, on my Instagram and my YouTube channel and my blog. You can check it out there, TikTok too. I'm so happy that we could chat and do a little refresher for belly binding, and you can check out down below. I'll put the information so that you can purchase one of my belly binders and we can get one fitted perfect for you. Sometimes I do plant dyeing, so periodically I'll sprinkle that in. I'll do like a belly binder kind of drop of ones that are beautifully plant dyed. So I'm really excited to do one of those again for the autumn and winter seasons, but we'll get to that. But head over to my Instagram. You can look at my stories if you want to know when the next drop will be. But anyways, I'm so excited we get to hang out today. I hope you continue to heal, to nourish, and to cocoon, and I will talk to you soon.